What is up, everybody? It's Grim here, and although you cannot see it, I'm actually stood up with my arms wide apart. It's finally coming! They've announced it. 6.2 is coming, dropping in the US 23rd, which most likely means EU, we're going to get it on the Wednesday, which is the 24th. Finally, we're getting a big, fat content load all over our beautiful, innocent faces. Oh, and we are going to enjoy it. Damn, I've been so waiting for something to get something new to drop. I spoke yesterday when we were discussing about the patch schedule, sorry, not the patch schedule, the raid schedule, that I was like bored of BRF, and I haven't even completed it. We haven't killed Blackhand yet. Fingers crossed we'll be doing it this weekend. We got him down to like 10%. We haven't been to the phase. Anyway, you don't want to hear about our raid. But, so yeah. You know, even though I haven't finished it yet, it's just bored of it. I think, as I said then, that having to do LFR over and over again, and also because I've got loads of alts, having to run it with them, it's just got dull and boring. Saturation, always the way. But I'm not going to claim credit for this. Some will go, oh, this is my super guide to 6.2, blah, 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 bull and shit. This is not. This is me shouting out wowhead, as always. Wowhead's fucking amazing. If you've got any WoW things you want to look at it, definitely go and visit wowhead. You get most people that will upload videos to YouTube, they'll be checking out wowhead constantly and trying to give you their scoops as if they're their own. But no, wowhead have currently got a be prepared things you should do before 6.2. So if you want to make the most of 6.2, these are the things you should do. Now I'm going to go through them and kind of give you my perspective on them, and then add one that I don't think they've got at the end, which is so simple, but it's one of those things that you want to make sure you definitely do have it. So anyway, the first one they've got is, of course, ahead of the curve. Now you've got Imperator's Fall, obviously you got all the fucking final bosses so far, which is Blackhand and Imperator. Now you got Heroic and Mythic mode. Basically, if you kill the boss on that, you'll get a head of the curve style achievement, which is for killing them before the next load of content comes out. Fine. You know, I wouldn't say that's something you'd strive for. I mean, that's obviously something, if you want to get it done, you're going to have to get it done pretty fucking soon, because as soon as it drops, these become feats of strength and become obsolete. Very much like a lot of you that maybe never played WoW before, you only joined at the end of sort of Mr. Pandara, done the whole boosted thing. You'll see a lot of people riding around on the wolf with like the tusks coming off the side of it and all that sort of shit. That was a mount that you got for being ahead of the curve. So it kind of comes from that. But yeah, if you want it, now's your time to get it. This is like the last weekend before 6.2 drops, and then this is all obsolete. There you go. If you heroic raid, I imagine you've already done it by now. If you are pushing for it, you know, if you're an achievement monkey, you're obviously really going to want this. To be fair, you can easily find groups now that are farming this. Even in the pug mode, you can join half decent groups and you can get these achievements. Not mythic, but certainly on heroic. But anyway, I'm not an achievement monkey and I raid for fun, so they don't mean a lot to me personally. But if you're one of the people that do, there you go. Time is ticking for you. Again, another thing that's not a huge one for me, and that is the Nemesis quest. I'll actually read this out because I'm not a PvPer in the slightest. But currently, a popular way to complete your Nemesis quests, acquired from the Gladiator Sanctum, that'd be why I don't actually have a Gladiator Sanctum, is to join a full raid in Ashran of people doing the quest. After 6.2, you will not be able to join Ashran in a raid group, only in a party. While this will help with Ashran as a whole, it means that you will have fewer people helping you with your quest to get kills. Getting some of your Nemesis quests out of the way before the patch will make them far easier. So what I gained from that is that normally you would join a 6.2, sorry, you would join a Nemesis quest raid group that would be an Ashran kicking ass, and together you would all help complete the Nemesis quest. So that's not going to happen. What's going to happen now is you'll only be able to join up as a party, and so therefore making it more difficult because you have lots of little parties running around, all nicking each other's kills and everything else. So there you go. That is actually quite a good valid one. As I say, I'm not a PvPer, but it's a big change. I don't know whether they thought it was too easy in a raid group. I don't entirely know why they've done that. If you're a PvPer, please leave a comment. I would actually be interested to see why they change that if it was just people were doing it too easily in a raid group. Fuck knows. Oh, by the way, this is like one of my favourite battle pets you're seeing on the screen now. I can't wait to actually have a go at this one properly. See if I can get it. That's such a cool fucking pet. Anyway, let's try and stay focused. Spirits of Harmony, or Motes of Harmony. Spirits of Harmony vendors no longer offer restored artifacts for sales. If you are holding on to your Spirits of Harmony in order to buy restored artifact to trade for an Explorer's Notebook, spend them before 6.2 because it is going way of the dodo. Okay. Now the big one that everybody's been talking about, and that is the Apexus Crystals. Yeah, stock up. They're basically capped at the moment at 60,000, I believe it is. Get to that cap. That's what everybody's telling you to do. Now, I will say this, that I am nowhere near cap. I know loads of people that they've got like 3 or 4 characters that are capped at 60,000, blah, 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 blah. I'll be honest with you guys, I can't do it. I really, really can't. I've tried. I try, you know, a couple of times a week to sort of get the quest, go and do it, and then I'm like, do you know what? This is dull. This is really, really fucking dull. And why am I paying money for trying, you know, to doing something that I don't find interesting? Not for me, I'm afraid. If I pay my money, which I don't now, I purchased a WoW token with in-game gold, but still I'm like, why would I play a game and do something that I don't enjoy? That doesn't make any sense to me. So the Apexus Crystals for me have kind of gone to the wayside. There's a lot of stuff I want with them, and if they can make it more interesting, which they seem to have done. I mean, everything I've killed in Tanan drops Apexus Crystals, and yeah, so I will definitely be collecting them, and hopefully with these, you know, daily quests they're going to have and stuff like that, it's going to be easier to get Apexus Crystals, and you don't have to do that shitty fucking grind of get the quest, go to a zone, kill the stuff, and do whatever, and then, oh my god. No thank you, not for me. But it's well worth doing, because they have got Baleful armor and Baleful weapons. Now, they are 5,000 and 10,000 Apexus Crystals respectively. And they give you a 650 item. Now, you guys will be sat there going, 650? You can suck on my balls, Mr. Grimm. I don't care for your 650 weapon or armor. Yeah, the reason it's good is because the empowered Apexus fragment, which costs 20,000 crystals, will upgrade that, boom, to a 695 weapon or bit of armor. Yeah, now that is worth doing. That is pretty fucking tasty. There's also mounts. There's so much stuff when you get into Tanan that you can actually buy. I mean, the big one that stands out is the Reigns of the Corrupted Dreadwing. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It is a fucking sexy mount. It's like if, I don't know, a giant Mountain Dew god ejaculated all over a Raven Lord. I mean, it looks really fucking cool. It really, really does. So that's definitely one of me getting. But that is quite a few crystals, like 150,000. So be a little while before I get that. Okay, next thing, and this is the big one. This is what I was talking about the other day to you guys, what I was doing in LFR, and that is get your item level to 650. Reason for this is because the Hellfire LFR, which is going to drop some sexy gear, minimum line level is 650 to get in. That is not an issue at all, and shouldn't be. If you've done BRF, you should already be there by now. You got enough. If you've been playing for any length of time, you know, if all you do is LFR, you should be at 650 still. But if you're missing that odd piece here and there on an ult, or even on your main, if you've only recently started playing, it's not too hard to get it. Keep running BRF, and obviously these all new ways, and these Apexus Crystals, the Baleful upgrades, all that sort of thing is only going to help. Also, don't forget, guys, you've got, you know, Mythic 5-mans and that. Now, you'll probably struggle if you're 650 going into, or you're below 650 going into a Mythic 5-man, but, you know, there are ways. If you've got some friends, you can join up with them, you know, get some nice fat gear. Also, as you just saw, there was still 2 of them, pet battles. There is a shit ton sprinkled around all over the place. Now, you can get some pet treats, and you've got the normal pet treats, okay, which are the lesser ones, which bump up your pet battle experience gain by 25% for 1 hour. There is also the big one, the pet treat, which is 50% for 1 hour, so you'll be able to level up your pets much, much faster, and eventually get that statue that you can have your garrison and all that good stuff. There is a ton of pets. I mean, you saw as I was walking around earlier that I bumped into 2 of them, and I didn't know they were there. So they are just littered about all over the place. Now, and this one and kind of the next one really do fall into each other. That is maximizing 6.2 reputation gains. Now, what does that mean? How the hell am I going to do 6.2 reps now, Grim? You're a fucking fool! Well, I got to admit, I didn't know. And it is all thanks to wowhead that I suddenly... It clicked in my head. I was like, hang on a minute, that makes an awful lot of fucking sense. And basically, you want to get your trading post to level 3. How do you do that? You need to gain rep. And the way you gain rep with either Frostfire, the Echo, all that lot, and that will give you... I think you need 2 of them. I'm trying to remember now. I think it's 2... You get... I need to remember this now. I believe for the trading post they changed it, hence the reason I'm kind of... I don't want to give you guys false information. I'm pretty sure if you get 2 of the reputations to Exalted, you will get your plan. You'll get an achievement, which I think is Savage Friends, and then you'll get... you will get your plans for... It might even be 1 now, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But you'll get your plans for the trade post. That's even me to say, Jesus Christ, Grim. I need to slap her on the face. So basically, get your rep up with the current factions. That will then give you a trade post. That trade post will then give you a rep boost for when you go into Tanaan. That's the bonus. Jesus, how is that so hard for me to say? Oh, right. And the reason that you're going to want that is, of course, Draenor Pathfinder Progress. Yes, your fat new mount and the ability to fly in Draenor, which is all important. You need to do it on one character. Once you've got it on one character, all your characters will be able to do it. So you want to get Draenor Pathfinder. It will give you, of course, your mount, your flying things. Now, it's not going to come out at 6.2, so if you do this, you're not suddenly going to be like, okay, wicked, I can fly, awesome, cool. You got to remember, you're just getting prepped for it. Once you get the achievement, when 6.2x, we don't know what that's going to be, drops, then you'll be able to fly if you've done achievements. And I reckon it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get the necessary rep. Don't know if that's including if you've got the rep bonus from the trade depot. I'm assuming the 3 weeks is if you don't, the 2 weeks is if you do, but not entirely sure of that. So, there we go, guys. 6.2 is almost here, and I didn't even touch on the fact that we got Mythic 5-mans, we got fucking Hellfire Citadel coming. We have got a lot of cool fucking stuff. We've got the whole of Tanaan to drop. But also, something you guys may have been interested in, on the boats, you may have been like, how the hell am I going to get... You may not know this. The trading thing you need for, or the resource you need for the shipyard is oil. I didn't know this, but when you touch down here at the battlefront, you will in fact, there you go, activate a new bonus objective. That bonus objective will award you with 600 oil, enough to get you started in your docks, so panic not. That is me done, guys. 6.2 dropping Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Epic. Catch you later, guys.